phone died. Salaki about that. I was at Micah. I'll read Micah 4:3 again. It says, "And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore." Okay. So now, let's jump to based off what I was saying in the last video. Okay. Salakia. This is I'm gonna get Esau's blessing, the so-called white man blessing. Okay. This is Genesis 27 verse 38. Yeah. This is Genesis 27:39. It says, "And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above." Now, that's true. Now, any nation, because the so-called, like Israelites, we are scattered. All right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, through our various captivities that you read throughout the Bible, we're scattered amongst all the nations, okay, right? But Esau, the so-called white man, he's amongst various nations as well. Why? Because he go over there and he through subversion and subtlety, Salakia, he supplants and rules. Just look at the history of Hawaii, the annexation of Hawaii. All right, any other nation, any other place you want to go to, if the so-called white man is there, he's living it up. Okay. Verse 40, "And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck." And when the so-called white man broke the yoke that the Israelites had over their neck under the reigns of King David and King Solomon, how did they govern? How did you people? They're taught in the schools that civilization began with the Greeks. Well, how much war did Alexander the Greek do? Or how much war did his father do? Or the generals under them? Let's go to America. They say America only been a nation for under 300 years, but over 200 of those years, somewhere around 230, 240, it's been war. Whether they've been involved directly or indirectly, or they fund this side or fund that side. But you say Esau is done away with. All right? It says, let's go to Revelation. Okay. It's that Revelation 6, I believe. This is Revelation 6:4. It says, "And there went out another horse that was red." Why is it red? Esau, Edom. What do Edom mean? It means red. All right, let's prove that. Unlike Ssoreal, we prove things, man. You just talking. Oh, I typed in red. I was supposed to type in Edom. Let's click on Edom. Edom equal red. Idumean, descendants of Esau, land of Edom. All right, red. Red horse. All right. That was red, and it's spiritual. The scriptures, when you read 1 Corinthians, I believe 1 Corinthians 2:15, 2:14, down to 16, it says these they are spiritually discerned. The scripture is spiritually discerned. Okay? The Bible not gonna say the so-called white man is Esau. All right? And power was given to him that sat thereon, power from the Most High, to take peace from the earth. Is there peace on earth? Is there goodwill towards men? Like the McScrooge, whatever things say. And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Yes, so regardless if it's Russia or if it's Germany or if it's America, they're all Edomites. And as a collection, the Esau, the Edomites, it's all about war. Even let's look up Amalek, because Amalek is the so-called Jews, right? And they don't get their hands dirty, right? They fund it. They fund the war, and then after the war is over, is the central bank somehow set up in the conquered country? So what does Amalek mean? Salakia. Amalek, probably Amalek dwell in the valley. Why do they got something different here? 0603. I don't know where was I reading, but it talks about Amalek being a warlike people, man. Or was that in the book? Matter of fact, let me Google that real quick. You so-called Jews you're a warlike people, man. All of these wars, you got your hand in it, some way, somehow, man. See if I can Google that real quick. Amalek means warlike. Let me see what they got. That's shopping. Get out of shopping. Amalek. Modern Amalek is a nation described in the Old Testament of the Bible. The name Amalek can refer to the nation's founder, grandson of Esau, his descendants, which they inhabited. They put Amalek means warlike. The Hebrew root is amal, which means to toil, wherein effect, pain, wickedness. The Christian life is mainly concerned with the flesh. In many different ways, the flesh rises up to attack us. Amalek, warlike, destroying, disturbing. Today's reading, the name Amalek means warlike. Okay, well, anyway, back to where we was at. Revelation 6:4. A red horse and a great sword was given him that he should take peace away from the earth. And there's no peace on earth. There's war right now. All right. And whether it be like the war in the Balkans or whatever, all these, just because it don't say World War I or World War II or the Korean War, these small skirmishes, the so-called white man got his hand in it. Whether it be the Russians, whether it be the Americans, whether it be the Germans, whether it be any other of those European powers, okay? So let's go to Obadiah 1:18. Do I want to? Oh, Salakia. We got to finish. I never finished that Esdras from part 1. Second Esdras 6 and 9. It says, I started at 7 in the first video. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the part and asunder of the times? 2 Esdras 6 and 7. Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. The Israelite hand held first the heel of the so-called white man's. All right? The Edomites. Jacob being the father of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. Have the end of the world came yet? So Esau is going to be ruling at the end of the world. Okay? I mean, it's plain. I believe it's a scripture somewhere in Esdras, 2nd Esdras, which said, This is whom I have chosen to rule towards the end, of something like that. And that word, no, the when you read the scriptures, it says the earth abided forever. So no, it's not going to be some cataclysmic. The earth ain't going to be destroyed and blow up like what you teach in your what's that in your evolution. You say that it was small rocks that you call planetesimals, and they was just smashing into each other, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, life was created. That's what the so-called white man say. But anyway, it says, For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that word world, I'm pretty sure when you go into it, it means age. See, it's all about context, man. Context. And you people try to get on us about context, but you don't understand the scriptures. You must have just bypassed this scripture So after the end of Esau's rule, then the Israelites supposed to rule. So you mean to tell me the so-called Jew, they're the real Israelites, and this is what the Israelite rule supposed to look like? The condition the earth is in now. You got faggots and homosexuals all up in Israel. First of all, wait a minute. First of all, they don't even dwell in Israel alone. See, this is Deuteronomy 33 and 29. No, 28. It says, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Yeah, Israel is that land is ravaged, is destroyed right now. They got to implant trees and crops to try to beautify and put vegetation in the land. But it says the fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. And dwelling in safety alone. Not have to worry about kicking out the Palestinians or moving your embassy into Jerusalem, which is predominantly where the Palestinians at. But have to worry about the Palestinians, even though you're destroying those people. You have to worry about them attacking you and suicide bombers and guerrilla warfare, whatever. Scripture says Israel shall dwell in safety alone. So you done struck out multiple times. That's so real. All right. What else I want? Oh yeah, Obadiah. When was this fulfilled? Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18. It says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. That's talking about the northern and the southern kingdom, man. They were separated. The northern and the southern kingdom was separated. That's in the Apocrypha too. Ssoreal. 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, when it talks about the northern tribe coming over to the Americas. So are the indigenous people of the Americas the Israelites? That's so real. Since now you want to dibble and dabble into the Apocrypha. Who are the true Israelites? Okay. And the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for a stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai have spoken it. Not no damn Ssoreal. So when did the northern and the southern kingdom get together and destroy the house of Esau? Where's that recorded? When like the Apostle Tom brought that out in his video as well. That was only the southern kingdom. In the time of Judas Maccabees, that was Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. Where was the house of Joseph at? That's so real. Let's go back and see something else you said. I think I wanted to hear one more thing you said. Oh, so like you. Go to my library real quick. History. Oh boy. I don't forget. Oh yeah. Not a good time to be an Edomite. That's part 1. Go to part 2. Should be somewhere around the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, now I'm gonna read something that's interesting, because like I'm thinking, who are these people's enemies? The devil to them.
Okay, so they said, based upon what you read in the book of the Maccabees, that all the Edomites were destroyed, right? So my question is this: where did the Herodian dynasty come from? Where did Antipater come from? Let's go to Antipater. With Roman support, the kingdom goes, and you can read this. It's during the time of the Mites, 53 BCE.
Well, I forgot the point I wanted, but the point was made. That's so real. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who set you up, but it was a sorry excuse. I can't even call that an attempt to disprove what we're saying, because everything we're saying is for the scriptures. A Christian done broke off into the Apocrypha. I'll end it with this scripture. This is Ezekiel 35:12. It says, "And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume." Oh, I don't know why I had that, but hold on. Ezekiel 35 is it's an excellent chapter going into Esau, Edom, the so-called white people. Matter of fact, I'll start right here. "Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there." What's that talking about? The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. When Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon, whatever you want to call him, he an Edomite, came over here and he put the northern kingdom in subjection through slavery and bondage. What did he do? He went over there and got us, the southern kingdom, all right, from the west coast of Africa, and he did what? He possessed us. Okay, he possessed us. Now, one might say, "Oh, the Mexicans are free, or the Latin countries are not free." Esau do espionage and diversion, got all type of tactics, set up puppet governments, and they not free. They under the same as well. Verse 11, "Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh the power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. When I have judged thee, the Lord has yet to judge them yet. They are the mystery of iniquity," man. Okay, "And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume." All right, that's it on that. All praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the hopeful elect. Shalom.